Okay, Mitch? Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press?
Our greatest threats are lesser evils, joining hands to hold us back. Worried looks from heartless people, tearful words from soulless hacks, faux concern from thieves and rapists, thoughts and prayers from Epstein's friends, moral laws from fascist racists, healthcare laws from Cigna's pens. Bought and sold progressive leaders say we're starving much too loud, but all I see are meaty speakers talking down to hungry crowds. Squad and all their sleazy leeches feast on workers plump with clout. Stalk them through the tallest grassroots, track the unions, drag them down. Reap their labor, eat their labor, none too proud to suck it out, none too shamed to freeze your wage, then beg for change like fund me now. Rush me $20 or our democracy will surely drown. Rush me $20 so we can cluster bomb 100 towns. Rush me $20 and once you've emptied out your bank account, you'll get to say you've made us proud and BlackRock gets to take your house. Just rows and rows of perfect clones of vacant homes, raised to bones, then carried off by corporate crows, beneath a gaping sky where nothing lives and nothing grows, but hungry money swells and bloats, and money-hungry grifters gloat to fleece the coats and trust and votes of sheep and sacrificial goats. They coax their hopes like open throats, where leeches feast on helpless hosts. The offer sees their beast invoked. The BlackRock altar belches smoke. It rises that the world may know they've christened 2 new CEOs, one for press and public show, and one that just the board will know, who wears a crown of migrants' hands, who smiles when the cities flood, who has been anointed head to toe in workers' rights and children's blood, who bought the bill that soaked organic vegetables in fracking mud, who made his billions banking on technologies for tracking us, who filmed us every day as we kept smiling where the camera was, and streaming from our cancer clusters, chatting up some Langley bugs who take the time to listen when you think that no one gives a shit. They're nice enough to help you sow your Discord into stripper clips, lead you to an act that they have planned out like a business trip, show you where the buzzwords go when manifesting manuscripts. It's manufactured terrorism, crafted by precision tip, sanded past all recognition, ground beneath clandestine grit, carefully conducted by the feds in the orchestral pit, watched by millions, none the wiser, smiling wide, applauding it. So who yells fire in the theater when they don't smell the hint of smoke? What audience enwrapped and eager rises up as one to go and flees as from some gnarled reaper, leaves the actors there alone? Who would hear one frantic teacher, warnings blared through tears and foam, say, rob yourselves of entertainment, leave your seats, but don't go home. The war outside is greater than these actors care to show. We've one night left before containment. Early dawn, they'll drop the dome. The streets tonight need all your anger. Playing now, the fall of Rome.
Idolatry, that's just fake. And all that wallowing that you tolerate, that's not faith. The kings of colony watched autonomy make our graves. The kings of colony know no policy, only rape. Now once you fall asleep, it won't bother you what they say. But the kings of colony, while they slaughter, they still complain. Though we say, please color me, still too solemnly, still too plain. buying up Hawaii, and the smoke's not even cleared. Those vultures smelled the fire and an enterprise appeared. Investment opportunities where melted down communities leave vacant space BlackRock has been lusting for years. The council meets in private and they don't discuss survivors. Concerns among construction groups are all Lahaina hears. They'll wander through your city with this mocking sword of pity next to Oprah and her camera crew who tore the Trail of Tears, where footage flows as freely as the stream of liquid steel and the pools of pure aluminum that trickle down your wheels. And Biden's here to say he knows exactly how it feels, cause he had a kitchen fire once and had to miss a meal. And people still believe that piece of shit deserves your vote, like he's not why supplies are being smuggled in by boat, like he's not why our citizens were forced to stay and roast. And he can't unfreeze your funding, folks, cause Azov needs it most. I'll bet my every dollar Biden watched it with a smile. I'll bet he knows the whereabouts of every missing child. He's just the kind of man who lives to trample something tribal, collecting culture's corpses just to throw them on the pile. Like he and all his buddies didn't dream about the day when those who dared defy the donor class were cleared away, when home insurance triples and you can't afford to stay, and your land falls to the hands of those whose windfall fan the flames. The state will take Lahaina and they'll bastardize its name, and tourism will swarm it all the same. You see, the state we left Lahaina shows the ground rules of the game, the planes that in the night ignite the planes. And if questions raised that reckon the potential use of lasers, I suggest you take a closer shave by way of Occam's razor. And if those civilians stood between this country and its gains, then there's really nothing further to explain. Because you may know this already, if you truly know our past, but it ain't the first occasion and it will not be the last, where Americans are kettled in and made to bear the blast, are barricaded in and left for ash. How many in Lahaina now are lying there awake and still can hear the city we left leveled in our wake? They still hear all the people that we let the fire take, instructed from above to stay in place. So look to the horizon, cause a fire comes for you. Desire made incarnate of the power-hungry few who instructed the police to not let anybody through, to barricade them in, and so they do.
Everybody. Yep, you're gonna see.
Hi, everybody.
I beat you to it. Yeah.
You sure did.
There's another member of this show. Hi. Say hi, Misty. You're on TV. You're live. We're live.
Hello.
Man, chat already popping off.
This is American Trebitchin. And I just thought that was totally an appropriate name. That's right.
I love it.
We had to.
So I've got.
It's once I'm aware of the pun, I have to succumb. I have to give the pun.
I knew there was going to be some. I knew there was going to be something.
You got two dads in here. You got to get dad jokes. I mean, all right. So let's see. This is Jesse solo. This is Misty solo. Nice. Since Misty just got here, we didn't do that. That's me solo. We're doing this. We're doing it live. And there's, hey, how about that? That's Bandcamp. So jessejett.bandcamp.com. You can see that.
Look at that free music.
Woo!
Look at that free music, bitches.
Excellent.
Get you some.
When Jesse's reading, we got that good screen. Okay, everything works right. And look at that. That's us down in the corners. Woohoo! All right. Indy did not screw this up. We are.
There's a lot of woohooing going on. It's a little much for me.
We are cooking with gas. Well, we just have to make sure the tech was right. And everyone can hear us, right? Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hi, friends. Hi, Cynic. Hi, Colin. Mad Mom. I haven't seen Mad Mom in a while. Charlie.
Get the OGs
I
hanging
missed the
out
chat.
Right? Uh-oh.
Why can't I see the chat on StreamYard?
Because we don't have YouTube plugged in a StreamYard.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's right. I can look at it on my phone. It's
That's
okay.
a good idea.
That's what I do. I have it on my phone.
Can I?
Can you blow me up a little bit? Can you blow me up?
No, I have it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
I like to contribute to the view count, but
that's cool.
Can I, if I comment, will it? Because I still have a thing where I can comment. Will it still go to YouTube or no? It will not.
Yeah, no. If you do it in StreamYard,
Magic
it won't.
Restream.
I'm pressing it, fucker.
If you do it in StreamYard, it won't.
Oh no, it won't. Yeah, it won't let me.
India's,
There's a box, but it won't let me.
India's back for like
feds.
a day. Sort of back, but just temporarily. Just to do Jesse's show, and this is a special occasion because this is the first time the three of us have ever been on camera together, I think, or ever on a stream
At
together.
the front door.
Yep,
Seriously?
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not
Shut
that I
up.
can think of. We were
Right?
never
Yeah, no,
on
it's true.
A for A together, and maybe I don't think maybe on one of the round tables when you first joined the network, like a year and almost 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't think Misty was even part of that. Yeah, really. Like it's amazing. So I was just thinking about that today. Like, hey, I don't think we've ever been on it. That's awesome.
We've come close. I want to say there was a night that I was on your show on TNT, and I think Indy had been on like the day before or something. That we just missed each other in the green room. But
when with TNT,
nuts.
when you had the 3-hour show, that's right, and we were all back to back, right? Remember that?
I have post-traumatic stress from that.
I'm
Stop
giving you
lying.
palpitations just mentioning it. I know.
Oh my god. Okay, so Andy helps me book, right? Andy occasionally helps me book. He was helping me like pretty much every day for a while, and then he took a break. But so you know how hard it is to book a single hour. Can you imagine trying to do 3 days a week or 3 days an hour, 5 days a week?
Three guests a day.
3 hours a day.
3 hours a day. 3 days an
day,
hour.
5 days a week is
Jesus Christ.
is like really stressful.
Slow down, fella.
For an hour at a time. Like the guys at the Critical Hour, they do a 2-hour show and they'll book guests for 10 minutes at a clip, and they'll do 10 guests a day, and that's also like wow.
TNT has there's been some rumblings about that potentially happening, and I will lose my shit.
No.
I love my job. I won't quit. I won't quit over it. It's not like I'm gonna quit over that. I'm not joking. I legitimately have PTSD from doing that 3-hour show. It was so fucking stressful to try to book 15 guests a week by myself, in addition to researching and script writing, which I don't really write scripts, but you have to be prepared for your interviews and all that shit. So I like to have bullet points and stuff like that. It was so fucking stressful. Never again. Never again without help. Like if they want me to do some shit like that again, there will be like full-time booker. I can't.
And you need regular guests. You need regular guests if that's the case.
Like Kyle. Kyle was every Monday. He was my 3 p.m. Every Monday, Kyle Anslin would come on and we would talk foreign policy. And I love that. Like that was one of my favorite parts, is that I was able to have Kyle on. Now I feel like I have Kyle on once a week. It's like 1 of 5 shows. That feels like a bit much. You know what I mean?
Right. Sure.
So, but I love Kyle. I love having Kyle on.
Yeah, he's great. And we just did he did the Unity panel with Colin, and I thought that came out really good. I'm so excited about that. And
really anything that Kyle and Dave and Connor and Patrick do, like they're good. Like they know their stuff. I like that whole crew quite a bit. I like them a lot.
Yeah, they're
I like them a lot, guys.
They're like it a lot. So when was the first time, like, was it on Facts on the Ground that Jesse, you were on with Misty? So, okay. And how did that happen? Like, I never heard the origin story of how Misty...
He had been like tagging me and stuff, and I'm notoriously lazy about people send me links or whatever. I don't click on them. It's Twitter. I'm like, I'm not clicking on this shit. I'm not clicking on this shit. You know what I mean? And but like we somehow ended up communicating otherwise, other than him sending me links there for a while. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to click on this guy's link. So I think I just clicked on it and I was like, oh my God, I love this. And then of course I was hosting Facts with Jesse. And so I sent it to Jesse and he's like, this is dope. Like, this guy's dope. We need to get him on the show. And then I was like, you need to come on the show. And then he was on Facts many times. He was on Bitch many times. He would text me and be like, hey, I've got another song. You want to do a live stream? And I'm like, yeah, cool. I can do it in 2 hours. And by the time the 2 hours was up, he had like 4 more songs. So I would come in like, he's got a song or 2, right? He's got a song and a spoken word piece. And weuld show up 2 hours later and he'd be like, I'm just joking. I got 5 things. I'm like, what? Are you okay?
Poor Josh. Sleepy Josh was getting just dragged into streams on like last minute occasions. I know. Bless his heart.
He loves it, but he also hates it. Like, I think Sleepy loves doing, like, he loves streams. He loves us. Like, I think he loves his friends, but also Sleepy's like kind of that grumpy introvert who he likes hanging out with his friends, but does he really want to hang out with his friends? You know what I mean? Like, he's like me. So I get it. Like, he loves doing it, but also it's kind of an eye roll. Like, really, guys? Yeah. I love him. I love Sleepy. I miss Sleepy.
So Anna Mayers over on the Rockfin asked that my friend asked me what Only Witness was about, and I choked, thinking that I would I ever have enough time to explain it all. I'd like to hear Jesse's intention when writing it. Be a hell of a lot easier. So if you can indulge.
Indulge is a good jumping off word. Honestly, it felt a little indulgent in that, like, I'm lucky because I have so many people that do get what it's like and do understand it. I'm not alone, but still, in the moment where you're receiving information, it's very isolating. It feels very lonely to know what's actually going on, to know what's actually pulling the strings behind whatever news event people are talking about, but know that no one in the room with you would share your opinion if you stated it. You know, that you would get looked at just like the crazy person and kind of ushered out. It was that feeling that, like, how I react, my initial kind of word association reaction to words like democracy and America, and what I think of when I hear those phrases, and how it feels sometimes like you're the only person who's watching it, that no one in the room sees the same thing you see. And especially in terms of, you know, Gaza, there's a great example of just how, and again, I hate to say it because it does feel like it kind of having a poor me moment, but I put it on the record because, and it was one of the last additions to the album, because I felt like it's definitely a relatable poor me thing. If it's a poor me moment that I feel like 90% of us could probably relate to, then it's worth sharing. Especially that last line, like, you know, if democracy is dying, I for one say let it bleed. It feels like no one would see the body save for me. Like at this point, like, you're the only one who's having to, even though it's by choice, see what's going on, take in that constant feed of violence and of trauma. And that everyone else somehow just gets to kind of walk right past it, or not have to notice it. So I feel like it's the same kind of thing as like Red Pilled, really, but just the next progression of that is like, you don't get to go back out the other way. You know, you're just going to keep going deeper and deeper until you're at that point where, like, people start having those conversations at work around the water cooler, and I have to fucking excuse myself because I can't grind my teeth anymore. I already got a couple cracks. Like, it's just, you know, but luckily I can put that piece out and people know what I'm talking about. I'm lucky enough to have people that will hear that and go, yeah, absolutely. You know, because we know what that's like to be cursed with the actual knowledge of what's going on, or at least more so than the person who's still, you know, hooked up to the propaganda feed. But it's very, very isolating. So short answer, it's that isolating feeling from feeling like no one but you sees what's going on, just how it feels in that moment. That's what Only Witness was about.
Yeah. I tell my husband all the time, once you know, you can't unknow. Like, there's no, I wish there are
Impossible.
times, there are days that I'm like, oh my God, I wish I could just go back to being ignorant, to go back to not thinking about this stuff, to never, I would love, like, not all the time.
A day. A day.
A break.
Yep.
A break, because it's not even just that you don't get a break from it, it progressively gets worse. Like the more you know, the more you learn, and then the more you realize how like really bad it is.
Yeah.
And it just seems to like keep snowballing into awful, and there's no reprieve at all ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a little exhausting.
A
lot exhausting.
I've been pulling myself out of that for the last couple of weeks. Thanks, guys.
Right. That's what you thought.
Yeah. He's like, I'm taking a break. And then like 3 days later, he's doing my Substack. And I'm like, sir, I thought you were taking a break.
Yeah, that's a break from streaming.
Yep.
All right.
But like I couldn't sit there during the ICJ hearing and not say something like I gotta put something out. Like I don't know. And it's just publishing, and your Substack doesn't take much time. So I like doing it. It's easy. And now we're doing Hardlands too. We get Hardlands going. So
yeah.
And that's even after the show. Even after the show, like, you know, it doesn't have to be before the show, and it only gives us like 20 minutes pre-show to get that done. So but yeah, this is kick-ass crowd here. I don't know what Jesse's gonna play, if Misty wants him to play anything. I was curious. I had also thought about, I don't know what Misty's favorite Jesse song is. I'm gonna put her on the spot a little bit.
Oh my God. That's not even a fair question.
I know.
That's not a fair question.
I figured, but if you had to pick one song for him to play,
like total from everything ever?
Oh man.
No, I could not.
That's hard for me, honestly. Yeah,
There's
I couldn't. I can Mount Rushmore you, but I can't.
I don't even think I could do that. Like this album, I can Mount Rushmore. I can do each one. You know what I mean? Like there's like 5 songs on this album that, I mean, they're all fantastic, but like, you know what I mean? There's no way, Lindy, I could pick, like, if you're asking me total, like all of them, there's no way. I have no answer.
You got me at the end of Hardlands.
It changes.
Friday night at the end of Hardlands, it was, you know.
Oh yeah, I saw you were in the chat, and I was like, I feel bad. I'm gonna play Red Pilled, but Indy, brace yourself.
Bad. No, don't feel bad.
Buckle up.
No, you got me. Like, dude, like, if there's one song I would want you to play, it's that one. So okay, go ahead. You're gonna play. Okay, that's the song that got me into Jesse Jett. So.
Well, it changes for me too. Like people ask me all the time what my favorite song is, and I can tell you, like my favorite. Oh, no, I can't even do that. I was gonna say I can tell you my favorite song from certain artists, but I can't even do that. Like it changes. Like it depends on my mood. Like it depends on what I'm dealing with in that like time of my life. You know what I mean? Like it's very fluid. Like I don't know if everybody's like that. I know that there are some people who are like, no, this is my favorite song ever. And I'm like, I don't have that. I don't have one of those. Like I love so much music that there's no way.
It's impossible.
I literally listen to everything. I'm not.
I can do by genre, but I can't give just an overall.
I don't even know if I can do by genre.
You know, like.
Like 9 Inch Nails is my favorite band, and the only reason I say that is because like I was like my first favorite band. Like my sister's 6 years older than me, so when all of my friends were listening to like Milli Vanilli and New Kids on the Block, I was listening to Nirvana and 9 Inch Nails and Tool and stuff like that. And like I remember listening to my sister. They've just always been my favorite band, so I can tell you that. But that's just really more of like a sentimental thing, not necessarily like there are times when other bands I'm more obsessed with like I went on a massive Tool kick, obviously. I have severe ADHD, so I tend to like hyperfixate. Like I'll find one band or one album and then that's all I listen to for like a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I do that a lot.
I'm glad that I'm not the only person that does that, because I like the hyperfixation thing. I will like when I get my my Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year. It's like, hey, here's the 3 artists that you spent, and it's like, oh my god, like it'll be someone like I'd never listened to, and all of a sudden it's like you're in the top 1% of their listeners. So you listen for 36 hours
straight, 36 hours straight. Yeah, no, that's me. I do that a lot. Like there was one time I drove to DC for an Assange event, and I just listened to the entire and All That Could Have Been live album from 9 Inch Nails all the way there and all the way back. So like 6.5 hours. I think you can fit like 5-ish times all the way through. And I just listened to it the whole way there and the whole way back. That's all I listened to.
That's awesome.
I do that a lot.
Yeah, I've gotten really into the band recently. I decided like that was one of those groups I didn't know a whole lot of their stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna do a fucking deep dive on you guys. And now I can't stop. Now all of a sudden I'm like, I already know it's only been a couple months into the year, but when I get my stupid Spotify Wrap next year, it's gonna be like, oh well, look at you, Mr. Top Fan.
You're so upset.
And it'll be off of like 6 songs that I just wore into the ground.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Totally.
And I do the same thing with TV shows. Like I would much rather watch a show that I've seen thousands of times that I know all the words to by heart than a new episode of something. Like why would I give something new a chance when I can watch that same 80s Sherlock that I like know all the dialogue?
I do not watch new stuff. People get so mad at me because they're like, "Oh my god, have you watched blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "No."
Yeah, I'm like,
I have no desire whatsoever. Like you have, it's like weird happenstance that I will maybe like catch a half of an episode. Like if I'll be at my sister's house and I'll see like she's watching something, and if it catches my attention, I might be compelled to check it out. But generally speaking, I just watch the same shit over and over and over again. Like that's my jam. Like I love watching old horror movies over and over and over again. Like I'll watch the same true crime episodes over and over and over again. I'm a comfort person. I'm a comfort person for sure. Yes.
Gotta say, I'm loving. So chat is also piping in on their top song. Depop is doing some numbers.
We should do a poll.
But I love
Put a poll out.
Charlie, Red Pilled Powerless, Geiger Age, and Cursed Medallion being in there. But Mastermind, Skin Suits for your top. Like, my guy. Oh my God. Thank you. Yeah. Skin Suits is one of those songs. The first time I came up with that beat, I was like, oh, I'm going to have so much fucking fun with this song. Like, I was so excited to record that.
Yeah. So. Oh, okay. Wait. I'm not good at titles either. Like the titles of songs, like I always forget them. So I'm like scrolling through now. I love Your Prison. Remember I told you I forgot to, I was so mad he was on my show, and there's like a callback in one of the other songs. I don't know. Again,
one of the new ones. Yes. No, it's in Pull String. They will always love your prison long as you are shown the sky.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, a callback.
He said it. He said the thing.
He did the thing. I know what he meant. I knew that.
Yeah, and I meant to say I love that reference. And
for me, I think Powerless and Grift are probably a couple top ones.
Obviously, I'm a big fan of Conviction. There's no, I mean, there's no surprise. I'm a big fan of Conviction.
I like At Home with the Kissingers.
Oh yeah,
I like the Kissingers.
Bomb Squad.
Like, I mean, there's so many.
I was about to say there's so many pieces in the last few years.
Inauguration Gift, especially.
I forgot about that song. Oh no, you know what? For me, if I gotta pick one, if I'm picking one song, if I'm only picking one song, it's Through the Eyes.
Dude, hold on. Complicit Milano, Militia Intent.
Militia Intent.
Intent.
I can hear.
Complicit Milano.
I love Complicit Milano.
I can hear Anna Mayer screaming into her fucking computer.
Yep.
Militia Intent, damn it! You gotta include Militia Intent.
Yes. It's been a while since I've listened to that album. I need to listen to that one.
Hyacinth references. Yeah, there are a bunch of Hyacinth references.
Yeah.
Fun fact, some people may not know about animators.
Sunday Morning number 40.
Oh yeah.
God, 40. Sunday 40.
Yeah.
Anna Mayers inspired the piece An Abundance of Scarcity on the coming of spring. She messaged me one day and she was like, hey, you should do a piece about food scarcity. I was like, you know what? I fucking shouldn't I? And so the next couple of days I wrote one, and then I was like, hey, just so you know, you get credit for this because you asked for it.
Right?
That's funny.
Oh man. Okay, you're really making me.
Oh,
I'm participating in this chat thing too, because I will be the first person to say I absolutely listen to my own shit regularly. I feel like if you say you don't, you're either lying or you should try to make music that you actually like. Because I feel like if you don't like your own shit, then why would you want anyone else to listen to it?
For
Like,
sure.
half of it, if it's cathartic for the listener, it's way more cathartic for me because I'm getting to listen back to a moment that I was very much out of body. And then I get to listen, like when we do listening parties, I'm like, oh, I wonder how this, like, even in mixing mode, I'm listening to the sound, not the finished product. Once it's done and it's distributed, it's out of my hands. And that's the first time I get to listen to it objectively and enjoy what I made. And I do. And I feel like you should. And as soon as I don't, then I won't put it out. I promise you, I won't put out something that I hate.
This is a really impossible question, though. Like, I can't answer. I genuinely
Sunday 40
cannot
or red
answer.
pill, like what, the one that I start my show with, or the one that I end my show with, like literally both
I cannot
songs.
choose.
So I have the, and then Depop is great. I love breathing the steam and the smoke, pink salt, lavender. You know,
I'm voting Depop too. Like very early on, I decided like I want my stuff to be more spoken word alternative than like trying to be hip hop or trying to fit into something like that. But there are some songs where the beat is very much lending itself for more of like rap versus spoken word vocals. And deep hop culture was a song where I was like, okay, I'm gonna quit trying to avoid that, lean into it a little bit. But I also was like, I want to do some vocal stuff that I don't do in other songs, some Father John Misty things, and I did. And I feel like it suited that song really well.
We lost Misty. Shit.
I'm here. I was just hitting the bolt.
Whew.
I was just hitting the pipe.
That's all right. I was ready to pivot, but we're good.
No, you're good. I will occasionally turn my camera off.
Home and Love Your Prison. Okay, well that will mess us all up.
That's Love Your Prison is
Into was third party out.
But like I love a lot of these songs.
We only get 4. Yeah, Skin Suits got third partied out. And guess what? None of the new album.
Home is one of those songs. Oh no, you had Cursed Medallion on there.
Oh right.
Home is one of those songs I really want to redo. Like I feel like I could now put together a much better sounding vocal blend there. But that song, one of my favorite bands ever is a Scottish band called Trash Can Sinatras. And I feel like Home is the one song where I'm like unashamedly wearing my love for this band on my sleeve. Like, I don't care who knows it. It doesn't sound like one of their songs. It sounds like all of their songs.
Like Nickelback.
Oh, Nickelback.
It's like all their songs.
We'll do a Nickelback night one night. I swear to God.
Oh my God, do it.
Before we pull the plug on this show, we're doing a Nickelback.
Wait, you're pulling the plug on the show?
No, I'm just saying, before American Tradition ends, it is my vow to you, the viewers.
Yes.
Well, we need to get another Seuss.
Friend co-hosts.
We need to do another Seuss, at least another Seuss night. We have to do.
I love Dr. Seuss night.
We have to do.
I regularly. There's a great picture of Chad Kroeger from Nickelback on the red carpet at some event, and he's given this big cheesy double high five, and he very clearly has a cell phone in each pocket. And anytime my wife is like, "Hey, can you hold on to my phone for a minute?" I put it in my other pocket. I'm like, "Oh, it's Chad Kroeger time. Let's fucking go."
Look at this photograph. Right? Love those guys.
I never forget, man, playing gigs when the fucking song Rockstar came out, and everybody and his brother like, "Hey, can you play that song Rockstar?" Like, no, I will never play that song for you.
Hold on, I'm trying to think of how it goes. Oh, I know how it goes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm struggling there.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be
No, I'm trying blocking it deep down too. I've really buried it.
I honestly I make fun of Nickelback a lot, but I've only ever heard whatever's been on the radio. I
will say the first record especially had some bangers. Had some. They're a fine band we love to do things to bands where like they get to be super successful and popular, and one day we just decide you're a fucking joke.
Yeah.
We did it to Limp Bizkit.
Limp
We did
Bizkit!
it to the Bee Gees, you know,
Yeah.
like
Limp Bizkit did take a turn for the worse though. $3 bills
They
y'all,
did.
was amazing.
what a record, right?
So good.
Mhm.
And then they went in like this really weird douchebag direction, which I
Mhm.
mean, it was kind of the only natural progression I could see coming out of that
For
band.
sure.
But it was still unfortunate.
But yeah,
It
no,
was
$3 bill is one of those like
It's so good.
it still slaps. It still
Oh,
absolutely
it's so
slaps.
good.
Yep.
It really is just so good. Period. I will
Yep.
fight you about this.
Yep.
I will. That's a hill I'm willing to die on. It is a genuinely good album.
Yep.
Genuinely good album. It's
Sure.
good stuff. I like
every time the Nickelback conversation happens, speaking of Father John Misty, I think of him because someone in an interview with him just kind of ragged on Nickelback like people do. And
Yeah.
Father John Misty gets all pissed about it. He's like, you know what? That's not cool. That's an easy target, man. People make that joke. You know what?
Yeah.
Those guys bust their asses. He goes, that song, How You Remind Me, that's a great fucking song. He goes, you know what? I'll ride for Nickelback. He goes, maybe I'll call my next album Father John Misty Rides for Nickelback. So I really thought it was sweet that he just like took his time to really like make a stand for those guys.
Right?
So, like,
That's
good for
funny.
you, dude.
That's funny. So
Father
wait,
John
so-
Misty, sorry, one last thing. Father John Misty is a prime example of me being like, oh, everyone's telling me to listen to this. It must be terrible. This can't be good. And then I listened to it. I was like, God damn it, this is really good. I very reluctantly joined up with everyone else telling me what I should do. And I was like, fuck, okay.
I do that a
get
lot
it.
too.
I get
though.
it now. But typically,
Yeah.
if everyone else likes it, that means you should avoid
Right. I'm kind of a snob that way
it. Or
too.
at least
Like,
be
I'm the same
skeptical,
way.
you know?
And there's
So.
so many TV shows that I have not, like we just talked about TV shows earlier. There's so many
Mhm.
TV shows that I have just not watched because everybody loved it and it was popular. And I'm just like, nope, not doing that. But yeah, Disturbed, David Draymond from Disturbed just defended Taylor Swift the other day.
Well, he's been
So-
defending Israel for a long time, so
yeah,
there's
yeah,
really
he's
nothing.
a douchebag.
it's
He's
nothing-
a douchebag. But I mean, he was like, he said that, listen, she's up there playing live. Like, at least she's playing
Mhm.
live. She's like, she writes her own songs. Like,
Writes her own stuff.
and
I'll give her that.
fair
Yep.
point. Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, a lot of like the music now, I sound like such a boomer, but the music now is like all very auto-tuned and it's bullshit. And
Mm-hmm.
so
You
yeah,
know,
I mean,
I watched
I don't
something that
know.
she actually like tries to not write anything that could be like construed as in this age, like it's all
Yeah.
timeless stuff. And it's
so
like
she is
trying to hit that alone just to like make sure that it doesn't resonate with any buzzwords or any slang or
Pop
anything
culture
so that it
references,
so that
yeah.
it could really be applied 20 years from now. I mean, she's
Yeah.
really thinking about legacy and writing. Look, I don't. Everyone bags on her. My kids are obsessed right now. They're
Really?
of the age. I've got 2 Swifties in my house, and it's everything. Can it be turned into a Taylor Swift something? Is basically the way that my house runs. They're reading books about her. Oh yeah, no, she's an enterprise. Like
yeah.
That's hilarious.
billionaire. Look, and
Oh yeah.
don't Google Taylor Swift AI. Actually, if you do, they've scrubbed the entire
No,
internet
don't.
clean of. Holy crap, that was the funniest stuff I saw all week. I sent to my wife, and she's like, "Oh my god!" She's a total normie, not really. Wow, it shocked her quite a bit. And I'm like, and Reese, like, wasn't there like Photoshop? Weren't people doing this already before AI? And
Kind of.
Yeah.
everyone made such a big deal out of that whole thing, and it was funny, I thought, and people lost their minds because God forbid you did it to their queen. But wow, it made me think Crab needs to start doing some AI with Jesse like that, and we'll make some money.
no, I'm off limits.
Right? He's got a family, but
Yeah. Don't get into the don't do that. That's
no.
not good.
Friday night on
It's
Hardlands.
tempting.
Yeah, Friday night on Hardlands was a great party. Everyone had a good time. Yeah, I was supposed to actually go on yesterday morning, and Kit, I don't know what happened. He brain farted, forgot to send me a link, and I didn't end up going. So I'm gonna do it next week.
Why
But
didn't you
Miss-
just text him or whatever?
I
Yell at him.
kind of did, but I don't know what happened. He gets tunneled in like 15, 20
Yeah.
minutes before
Mhm.
showtime, and
I get that.
Yeah.
It's all good. Look, and stuff happens. And I sent him logos, and I actually sent him the little 6-second "Who are these people" thing with Nancy. He was doing a Nancy Pelosi segment. I'm like,
Gamer.
oh, that's perfect.
This is for you, gamer.
Nice. There's the apple. Don't steal my idea. AI.
Always with the apple. Always
AI
with the apple.
OnlyFans. I don't. Okay. Are you gonna AI OnlyFans Jesse? Is that what you're doing here?
Well,
AI. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Congo Couch had OnlyFans, right?
Yes, they did. Well, that would have made a lot of that would have gotten quite a few subscribers, and I still feel
for sure.
But I don't know if Fee's really down to that. Pasta might be.
Fee's absolutely not going to do that. Yeah. That's not a thing that will happen.
No, I would guess
Banshee
not.
Pelosi. Yeah.
Oh boy, we've got Banshee Pelosi
there's
in chat.
Who?
I'm guessing that's Anthony Malecki who changes his.
It's got to be, because he's the one that specifically asked about the line in Depop culture. Oh fuck, what was it? Ripe for the picking if you don't mind mold, and you know I don't. Was a reference to my apple that I always keep around. Not that they get moldy, but that I always have, you know, a piece of punctured, burned fruit sitting nearby, which you can use for a couple days before you need to chuck it, because it cauterizes the opening. And not to get all technical on you, but yeah, took the time to ask. And it was one of those lines I always hoped someone would ask about. So I was really excited when I got to explain, like, flesh that one out. So some lines you think they're just for Jesse, and then you get to share them with the world.
I love that, because you know me, I love lyrics. I love lyrics. Like, I want to know all the words. And I don't always want to know, like, your stuff is very, to me, I think we think a lot alike. And so your stuff is just very kind of self-explanatory, but there are some things that, like some songs or lyrics that are sort of ambiguous, and I like it that way. Like, I don't really want to know what the songwriter was thinking. I want to be able to just absorb it and hear it my way. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's some stuff that, like, I think it's just better that way, but yeah, it's, I think your lyrics, it's what I live every day. So
I try not to leave. I don't think there's a lot of room for interpretation of my lyrics, because it's pretty straightforward. If there is, then I didn't get my point across. But yeah, on songs where it's open enough to the meaning, like I was a much bigger Kill Switch Engage fan before I knew how religious they were, because then it's like, well, I have to imagine this is all through that lens and doesn't mean any of what I thought it meant. Like, it's very different, you know? So sometimes, knowing all of a sudden what the person meant, then you can't
it doesn't hit the same
from that, you know? Yeah.
It doesn't hit the same after that. You're like, oh
yeah,
no. Yeah, I've had that happen a few times. That's generally speaking, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. Well, that's not always true. Well, I don't know. There's some that I really have to, like, for example,
I was about to say Tool. You kind of have to, like,
you have to know.
It's gonna drive you nuts if you don't know what they're talking about.
You have to know. Like, you could, I think,
not Aralis.
You could.
How are you gonna?
Yeah, but you could still just listen to it, and musically, it's beautiful. So you don't necessarily have to know what he's talking about to be able to appreciate it. Because listen, I realize I'm about to fangirl, but those guys are amazing musicians. They're so good, and so it's nice to just listen to them. But lyrically, if you really want to listen to Tool, you have to know what he's talking about. And it's and that's like that's like homework, really.
Yep.
I mean, like, that's a whole other level, but it's not always like that. I mean, there's some stuff that, like, the one where he just I'm terrible at song titles, but where he just repeats a cookie recipe in German.
Oh yeah. Un kleiner Eier.
Yeah, it sounds really like threatening and Nazi,
and no eggs.
And it's just and no eggs, and it's just a cookie recipe. I love that. Like, that's I love that. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Big fan of Tool.
I didn't know if you wanted to show everyone the lyric video that you put out.
Yes, can we do that? Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I have that all queued up on Twitter since we did that earlier today. So
I took it upon myself. I've been trying to find a good program to use that can do decent lyric videos, And the one I found is phenomenal. Like, it's so easy to play stuff on time. So now I really want to go back. I have like 40 different things I want to make lyric videos for now.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait. That's so awesome.
And especially this,
Can you
like,
make a
if I
whole
want to
playlist, like, so it's
for
easy
sure.
to find? Okay, thank you.
Like, if I'm trying to get this song heard and get it moving in the vacuous dead zone that is Twitter now, I feel like a lyric video is the best way to do it.
For sure.
Yeah, because
Jimmy Dore, I'm coming for that ass.
Half the people look at it and mute it, so they have to. So here. But it was played on the show first.
World premiere.
SWAT team took your neighbor today. Watched them as they walked him away. You told yourself extremists come in all different shapes. Met his eyes and lowered your gaze. Is it too late for us to ever change? When we are collecting the dust of better days, they're always watching us, but we're never safe. We're not meant to be safe, not meant to escape. We aren't meant to wake. Sheriff stopped your daughter today. Pepper sprayed her twice in the face. He must have had good reason if he'd treat her that way. At least that's what they've taught you to say. But is it too late for us to ever change? Once we're collecting the dust of better days, they're always watching us, but we're never safe. We're not meant to feel safe, not meant to escape. We aren't meant to wake. Feds arrived and had you detained. Said you'd made some posts they want changed. Tased you till you felt like you'd forgotten your name, or life before they had you contained. Oh, life before they had you contained. SWAT team took your neighbor today.
Hopefully it won't.
So
lose.
fucking good.
Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
It's so fucking good.
So fun fact, the picture we used for the cover, that's just the side of my basement.
I love that.
Just in the darkness by my left knee where you can't see it, but there's one of the litter boxes. Like it's right next to me in the shadows. I moved it just enough so it wasn't in view, but I was like, I'm not going to take the time to move it all the way across the room. Just push it over a little bit. And here we go.
Just what would belong in the black site, a litter box. That's right.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Litter
That
box
is
in the
amazing.
black site.
That is amazing. So glamorous.
Hey, if I wanted someone to not be comfortable on a floor beyond it being concrete, I would put the litter crystals, the absorbent silica litter crystals. It's like little shards of glass on your
Yes,
knees.
it is.
It's fucking really got me in the mindset, really method acting there. It's like, don't sweep up the litter first. Just, commit.
Jesse's little private torture.
I did both. The cats wanted to know so desperately what I was doing.
I'm
Like
sure.
I have all the lights off except for one. I've moved a bunch of stuff around. The boxes are moved, and I'm on the floor, and they keep running into frame. I'm like, can you fuck off? Like I'm busy. I have so many, probably 30 pictures on my camera roll I had to delete that were just Catstro's ass in the way or him running in and out of frame. Like
That's because cats are assholes. They don't want. Listen. I have 6. Listen to me. They don't want a thing to do with you unless you're doing something.
Yep.
And then it's suddenly
it's
like
so
if you're cooking dinner, they got to be underneath your feet. They were just
Mhm.
taking a nap. We're hardcore passed out,
Mhm.
but now they want to know what's going on. If you're trying
Yep.
to sweep, up your kitchen
Uh-huh.
floor, they want to chase the dirt and the dust and the
Yep.
broom. And if
Yep.
you were, when I make buttons for protest, immediately they're like,
Oh yeah.
"Hey, let me help." And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
and so if you've ever gotten a button that's been made by me, there is a fairly good chance that there is cat hair somewhere within that button contraption.
Mixed in.
It's a
Yes.
very good chance. There's a very good chance that somewhere underneath your the thing, the little paper in
It's
between the two,
infused.
there's cat hair somewhere, almost certainly. And they're just
You're not
assholes.
allergic.
You know what I'm saying? I love them. But they're assholes.
Colin's
Real
been
talk.
saying forever, cats are dicks. Like that's Colin's
are.
line. Cats are dicks.
Mhm.
Period.
see
Yep. There you
assholes.
go.
I think they're
V.S. Adams
assholes.
quoted him. I love it. But, V.S. Adams cat. What? Why can't I catch it? There he goes. No. Because you guys are moving too fast. Damn it! Stop chatting.
What's
Stop
happening?
chatting so I can catch it. There we go. Now I put it up.
If anybody wants buttons, listen, I hate making buttons, but I'll do it if people, but I'm not doing like a bunch of
You
different
really
designs.
twist your arm.
There's Colin.
Well,
Cats are
I mean,
dicks.
if you want me to send you some Assange shit, I will. You know what I mean? I'll send you some
Colin
Assange
heard his
shit.
name, so he had to jump in the chat to tell us the cats
Hi,
are dicks.
Colin.
What's up, Care
I
Bear?
still think assholes. I like assholes better for cats, but I mean, listen, to each his own. My cats are assholes. They're not dicks. Like they're not mean. You know what I mean? Like they still love me, but they're just assholes.
Oh my god.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Personally, I prefer asshole.
Well, if we're gonna
It's a matter of personal taste.
totally.
So Anna's weighing in on favorite song. Every album gives me a new favorite, and mine right now is backwards from 5 because our TV sucks shit, and most people
Yeah.
don't even know there was a writer's strike. Home is my other personal favorite.
Yes.
And Roar, Oz in the chat. What's up, Oz or Shanda, whoever that is? Hi,
Hi, Oz.
or even
Roar. Hi,
Amber.
Roar. Just Roar.
everyone over at Roar Media. We love you guys. Shout out to Roar. Shout out
Yeah,
to Kit over at Hardlands, who's been giving a lot of love to INN this week and lately. Really appreciate that. Glad he's got his channel back, and I know they're not totally out of the woods
For
but
sure.
thankfully
But still.
that's happened.
Still.
Man, what they're doing over on Rumble is holy crap. Some of the numbers are just blowing my mind. I think they're starting to beat YouTube numbers, like live streaming on a regular
I'm a
basis.
little suspicious of Rumble, though. Are you guys a little? I'm a little
Well,
suspicious.
no, I'm a lot suspicious and have been for months, and
Okay.
I've been writing about it. If anybody reads my Substack, I literally published that here are the numbers, and it's shady. And the biggest thing is that if you're live, they'll drive more traffic to you. If you upload a video, you get almost nothing. And I did that. I did an experiment where I uploaded one video and streamed it, and the stream got 10x the number of views. Reese been calling it fake views forever.
Yeah.
And they're looking to take market share. They just announced Barstool Sports has moved over and is now set up on Rumble with a bunch of different channels, and their stock price went up. But I think it's all kind of a pumping game right now. They're losing ridiculous money. They're losing $10 million a month. And I read somewhere that earlier, like about a year ago, they paid Don Jr. a 7-figure deal to have his podcast there. Yikes. You know, and look, they gave Bongino a ton of money. They gave Steven Crowder a ton of money. Glenn Greenwald got a bunch of money, but mostly it's been going to right wingers. Dave Rubin got a ton because he sold locals to them. David Sachs got a ton of money because he sold Call-In, and they're like trying to put this thing together. Now they also launched a studio, so now you can stream from Rumble's software for free and go to Rumble and to other stuff too. I wrote an article about that too on my Substack, indiemediatoday.com. Check that out. I put the URL. But Rumble's they're making some moves, but my worry is they're going to run out of money, or they need to be bought or merge with somebody or get another round of cash, which they might be able to do. I don't know. They have to show a path to profitability at some point, and I don't see them doing it. See, YouTube can just lose money and Google doesn't care.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know, that's
it's all fucked. We're fucked.
We're fucked. Oh, you what?
We're fucked.
Hit it, Indy.
Right.
We're fucked.
Yes, we are. So she's the we're fucked lady.
Who are these people? Never spoken.
Right.
Truer words.
Yes.
We're fucked.
Well,
we are fucked. Just so we're clear.
Sure.
I'm not just saying we're fucked. Like, we are fucked.
People ask me, like, you know, where should I start putting streaming, podcasting? I mean, YouTube has 90% of the audience, unfortunately, whether we like it or not. So you kind of have to be there, but try to drive them to other avenues like a Rockfin or a Locals or a Substack or something that they can support. Patreon is a really good one also, where you're going to start seeing a lot of people give not everything on YouTube and to try to drive them to those other places for their members.
Yeah.
Because we're demonetized right now on there, and I don't know,
that's only going to keep getting worse.
Yeah, I don't
all
know
that shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's so bad and only getting worse. And it's so hard to watch because everybody's just going to keep getting silence. Like, everybody, it's just going to keep getting worse. It's just going to keep getting worse. Oh,
right.
God damn it.
Well, open source stuff is about all you can hope for, but they still control like the gateways, like literally the access to the internet is. And now they're talking about, and Whitney Webb's been talking about anonymity and how they want to eliminate anonymity. And literally,
I decided, hey, you guys should have Stavrula Papstorn. She was on my show today. She just wrote an article about crypto and CBDCs.
Yes.
And that is a conversation. Listen, and I said it on my show today. I apologize. I have not been talking about that nearly enough. You know, it's not really, it's not my wheelhouse. I talk a lot about foreign policy, a lot about free speech, stuff like that, activism. But the CBDC thing, y'all, it's so bad. It's so bad. It really is. It really is. I mean, having centralized currency controlled by the state, I have no interest in that fuckery. None.
I mean, anyone who's seen people losing access to their PayPal because it was like, hey, we saw you said something about Syria that we didn't like.
Truckers,
you know,
the truckers in Canada. The truckers in Canada. Yeah.
Yep.
They got, I mean, listen, y'all.
Your GoFundMe, your
suddenly,
fucking whatever.
If suddenly you tweet something that is contrary to the establishment narrative, suddenly you can't pay for your groceries.
Yep.
I mean, people
it's the everything app.
Hey, conspiracy theory. The conspiracy theorists got another one right. Another check in the box because they were right again.
That was Apple II. That was Apple Model 2 slave collar or Model 3 slave collar.
Oh,
was that not? Like literally, those are the lyrics at one point that like you can't get groceries this week because you didn't.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're there.
Yep.
And Gamer brought up, of course, if Assange gets extradited, no more free speech. I wanted to shout out.
We already don't have free speech, but
Day X, yeah, no, I know that, but Day X, let's give Day X a little bit of due on American tradition, yes, because I've been doing a lot myself personally. It was Paula and who's from Boston and
Kendra in Denver.
And Kendra in Denver has said, can we make one post a day for Assange? Can we do something?
I have a tweet. I have a thread.
Yep. Yeah. And
share it.
So I've shared a bunch. So I
decided, not you. I mean everybody. Share that thread.
Everybody else.
So, you guys share stuff all the time. I'm talking to everybody else. Go share that thread with your favorite content creator. Because where the fuck are they? I'm sorry. I'm gonna get fired up. But where the fuck are they? Where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? And it's people who I know understand the importance of it. I'm not going to name names because listen, I'm not trying to burn any bridges. I'm not trying to piss anybody off. I'm just asking, please. The court date is in 21 days, I guess, depending on what time zone you're in. But it's the 20th and the 21st of February in London. It's frustrating. And I know there's a lot going on in the world.
Oh, yeah.
There's a fucking shit ton of stuff to try to keep up with every day. It is. I get it. However, if we would like to be able to continue to have conversations about those things that are happening in the world, we kind of need to worry about free speech and press freedom. So it's just frustrating. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I have to ask. And then still, like most of them don't talk about it.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating. Not at all. I'm not asking you to talk about it every day. People like, oh, well, you're so obsessive and you're so overly dramatic. Frankly, I don't think I'm being dramatic enough. But I'm not asking everybody to cover it every day. You don't have to talk about it every single day. But if y'all could just mention it, maybe like once a week on your show, talk about Day X, give out the number for whatever you want to push. If it's phone numbers for calling Congress, post those numbers on your show, just like at the end of the show. Hey, don't forget to do this. Just something.
So that's all. So when I saw that post from you, hey, can you guys all start doing something here? I started doing this and I started making a post a day, and I posted 7:30 in the morning Eastern every day. And it's just, here's our free Julian Assange post for the day. And every day I've got, let's keep the awareness high, and a video, a segment, an article, and then the Day X poster with the phone number and some stuff to do. Shout out to Crab for that poster. All right. But then what I started doing after a little bit was showcasing and spotlighting different people that have contributed to sharing. So yeah, here's Eric.
Legend.
Legend's
not even the word.
You can't.
Not even a big enough word.
You can't tell the story without including Eric in the story. So I had to make sure he was included. And then what I started doing was this, which is pulling together like, hey, Richard's been on this story for years. So let's go back and let's tell the story of Richard telling the story, because not very many people shout out the journalists that have covered it. I don't know, but I've been doing one of these every day. So this one's the Richard post.
Yeah, I retweeted the Convo Couch one.
Yeah,
the Eric one, obviously.
And I did Hardland. Well, this one is Jimmy, and so I got Jimmy Dore show, and so like literally from the day that he was arrested and taken out of the embassy, Jimmy was covering that, and I included that segment.
And Jimmy has activists on.
And, that activist was on, a couple times. So there's a couple of your segments in there. There's pasta hosting convo also. Pasta hosting for Jimmy when Lula was talking about it at the UN.
Jimmy's always covered it.
Shout out to Jimmy. Been amazing. Yeah, with that. So that was Jimmy's coverage of it.
I should give you. Yeah. There's lots of people that you could. I should start doing this. I might steal your idea and start shouting people out too.
No, dude, please steal my idea. We'll coordinate. I'll make a post and I'll put I share
yours already though. I share yours.
I'll make a post and do that. No. What? Okay. No, there's never too much. Go.
Right.
But here's all the Hardland stuff with Julian, and then there was this politics in the pub the other day, that consortium and great panel.
God, I love consortium news.
They're amazing. Where will we be without them?
Listen, nobody does Assange coverage more. In maybe me, well, probably me. To be fair. Remember, you guys are obsessive.
To be fair.
Oh, and then there's Stefania. So today's post was all about Stefania, and she was so appreciative, and I love her so much, and she's so good, and she's so underappreciated, and it makes no sense to me. Oh, incredibly.
Frankly, she's annoying. Stefania, listen to me. You are fucking amazing, okay?
You tell her, Misty.
Every time
Let her have
I'll tweet about her and I'm like, oh my God, Stefania is fantastic. She's a bulldog, straight up. She's a bulldog. She has been in a years-long battle with multiple countries, FOIA battles, trying to get information about what's going on behind the scenes in the Assange case. We're talking 6 years, maybe, with several different countries. I'm not even sure, 3, 4, maybe even 5. And she is relentless. She does not get near enough credit, but it's because every time you try to compliment her, she's like, no, I'm just a journalist. I'm just doing what any journalist would. No, you're like,
to be fair, what is your knee jerk when someone compliments you or praises you? Say, I'm just an I'm just an activist. I'm just a mom. I'm just a mom from Ohio. I'm just a chick from Ohio.
But I am.
But look at this panel she was on. Roger Waters, Daniel Ellsberg, Pilger, Craig Murray, Nils Melzer, and Stefania. I was like, how do I not put that in there? Randy Credico, thank you for putting that panel together. My God. Her talking to Richie.
Can we just talk about John Pilger for a second?
Oh my God. Yes.
We just lost him. And what a loss. And I'm really sad for Julian. He's now lost Vivian Westwood. And he's lost Daniel Ellsberg, and he's lost now John Pilger. And that's a lot.
Oh, that's
a lot.
They're not exactly young guys. I feel you.
I know,
but it's sad that they're gonna that they didn't get to see him freed more than anything to me. I would like to see. Honestly, Julian freed before Daniel Hale. Not that I don't want to see Daniel Hale out tomorrow, but man, to see Daniel Hale go in and come out while Julian is still there is soon. Right. No, that's what I mean. Yeah. Like,
hold on, I might have that in my phone.
Right.
I probably have it in my phone, but I'll look it up anyway.
And you used to, I remember on the vigil, you used to count how many days each one of the prisoners.
I have an app. I can tell you. Hold on. Can we do the numbers? Hold on.
Yes, do the numbers. It's been too long because
we
haven't had a vigil.
It has been 841 days since Daniel Hale was transferred to a communications management unit. Communications management unit is just another word for special administrative measures, which is just a bunch of words for torture. You're extremely isolated. Your visits are very limited. You have very little contact with the outside world. It's essentially torture. So that's where Daniel Hale is now, and I think it's Marion, Illinois. Could be wrong on that though. Okay, so it's been 960 days since Reality Winner was released from prison. It has been 1,035 days since Daniel Hale pled guilty under one count of the Espionage Act. It is 1,119 days since Julian Assange was denied bail after Judge Vanessa Breitzer ruled in his favor to not extradite him and said that he should be released on bail. And then 2 days later said, just kidding. That was fun. That was a roller coaster of emotions. It has been 1,168 days since Jeremy Hammond was released. 1,418 days since Chelsea Manning was released. It's been 1,754 days since Ola Binney was arrested.
He's out.
1,000. Yeah,
he's out.
I might have that somewhere.
He's in
Panama
he's out now. Or Nicaragua. Yeah. Where is he?
I'm not
Ecuador?
Sure. We probably don't know.
Honestly. I think he's back in Ecuador. I think the last I saw.
If I were him, I'd go somewhere and not tell anybody where I'm going. Probably. So here's the big one. Not the big one, but I guess the most current and relevant. It's been 1,755 days since Julian Assange was arrested, kidnapped from the Ecuadorian embassy in London.
In exchange for a $4 billion IMF loan. Come on. I've heard you do it so many times I can do it myself.
Yeah. Also, it's been, here we go. This is pretty brutal. it's been 4,242 days since Julian Assange first initially entered an embassy for
First time.
on Tuesday, June 19th, 2012. Yeah. So 4,242 days since he's been under illegal and arbitrary detention of some form or another for 4,802 days.
Lost his freedom, literally.
4,802 days. Like, I think of all the things I've done in 4,802 days, and it makes me angry that's been taken from him. Like, that just makes me angry.
Yeah. And it's why we fight, and it's why we keep screaming the truth, and we're getting censored to shit and suppressed to shit. And they put us in a glass jar. And again, more than, you mentioned Twitter and the numbers, more than I can remember in a while. Even I saw Fiorella posting about it today. I mean, it goes nowhere. It's almost pointless.
Assange stuff?
Yeah.
Assange stuff? So
anything.
Yeah.
Anything these
Post in
days.
general
Like
on
anything
Twitter,
that has a link to take you off of Twitter at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that has a mention, anything that has a like, I don't want to post a tweet with a hashtag in it anymore. Like, like this thing is so broken, so badly broken. Well, the good news is that Substack is about to add DMs. And once they do, to me, there's really no reason to stay here on Twitter. I mean, other than the old
Except for
friends.
it's essentially the text version of YouTube. Everybody's obsessed with it. It's going to be very difficult to get, what it is. It's going to be very difficult to get people to make that shift, just as we've seen with YouTube. YouTube sucks. YouTube fucking sucks. And people will not leave it. They won't leave it. And that's just the reality of the situation. And I get it. Like, they got you pulled in, they got you addicted.
Rumble's getting close, because if they build an ecosystem like YouTube, but the thing is they're not getting the search results because of Google, which is what Rumble really has been killed with. That's probably going to be their next thing. But they fixed their app, so if the app works well and you can pick up where you left off between devices, and not only that, but YouTube now charges you if you want to minimize a video while on your phone and do something else and still watch it. You can't do that unless you have YouTube Premium. You got to pay $21 a month for that.
Yeah.
Rumble does it free. So if all the same stuff you're watching, and RBN and Jimmy Dore and us and all the things, including TNT Radio, are all on Rumble, it's giving people Hardlands Media. Like, I'm telling you, Rumble numbers are starting to beat YouTube, and I'm starting to see a shift. Not only that, YouTube made a big change a couple weeks ago, and they stopped paying creators the kind of money on the AdSense. They cut AdSense revenue by like 90% and didn't tell them. And people are freaking out. And they're like, I'm leaving YouTube. Like a whole mass exodus.
I wish that would really happen. I've seen that before, though. What was it?
Adpocalypse. Yeah, that was years ago.
A lot of people did. Yeah, a lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm leaving," and nobody left. Nobody left. More people joined YouTube after that. Let's just be real. So yeah, I wish we could get people to leave. Hey, is it possible for me to pull something up, or can I just send it to you?
You can send it to me.
Can you throw up Randy's
the thing about the billboards?
Yes, please.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's doing the billboards around DC.
The billboard
again.
truck. No, in New York this time.
Oh,
he's
this time it's in New York. Okay.
Yeah. Which, also cool. Lots of people in New York. Probably more actually on the street than in DC. I mean, DC gets busy sometimes, like during the day in the week, but New York is busy all the time. Like, there's always people on the street. So wherever. It really doesn't matter. Anywhere you go.
Okay.
I just sent it to you in the private chat.
Oh, I see. On February 13th. Is that it?
Yeah.
The one? Yeah, I see it.
I don't know. It doesn't matter which one. I think he's got several, but you can just go to Assange countdown to freedom.com/billboard, I think. Yes. And you can donate there if you want to.
I've got it up now.
Randy's done. Yeah, he's done the billboard truck in DC several times.
Yep. He's Indie Media Award honoree this year. He earned that.
Yes. I love Randy Credico.
So I guess they superimpose this to show you what it's going to look like when the trucks are there, but that's basically how it's going to look.
pictures from DC. Nice. Yeah, I have a ton of pictures from DC. If anybody wants to see them, I can tweet some or whatever. But yeah, they're pretty cool. Like the trucks are pretty cool. We do the fixed, or at least I don't know. I shouldn't speak for Randy. The guy in DC that we use, James, who also is awesome, by the way, fantastic human being. But he prefers the fixed billboard, not the digital ones that go from image to image. Yeah. When I did the billboards in Columbus, downtown Columbus, I did the digital ones because they were much cheaper. Because you get I think it's 8 seconds that your thing is on there before it shifts to something else. So, and there's a lot of people in downtown Columbus, and it was just much cheaper. And when you're fundraising, sometimes you have to weigh those options. But fixed billboards are way better because it's just there staring you in the face all the time. So,
hi Mona, bye Mona. Good to see you. Glad you popped in to say hi. Mona popped in. She came in to say hi. She didn't. She's.
Holy shit! There's a lot of chat.
There's a ton of chat.
We had a Mona sighting.
Yeah, we got all the fam showed up. They saw the three of us in there. They were like, all right, this is something different. We got to check this out.
I haven't been looking at it at all. I'm so sorry. I'm really bad at this.
Yeah, so Day X, we were making our posts, and Misty's doing the TNT show, of course, and she's got a kick-ass guest booked for the 2 days of Day X, and for that,
Juan Passarelli.
Passarelli.
I love me some Juan Passarelli, and he also, everybody, he has made a documentary. It's a couple years now. I think it was in 2021, maybe, that it was released, 2021, something like that. But it's less than an hour. I think it's 48 minutes long on the Assange case, and he's actually a friend of Julian's. He hung out at the Ecuadorian embassy. He shot video and took pictures, all that stuff. And he's cool. And so he did this documentary. It's 48. It's a great introductory, entry level. I'm not really sure who Julian Assange is. Why should I fucking care? It's one of those. And he crams it full of information in 48 minutes. So go check out that documentary for sure.
Yeah, tomorrow's post, actually, you guys, I'll tease, is about Ithaca and about the documentary about Assange's father and all he's gone through.
Nice.
So I found a website, the movie website. They actually have clips and high quality res images, and so I just loaded a bunch of stuff into a post that'll go out tomorrow. And then you had Kim Staten on from the Trust Fall. There have been so many movies, several documentaries made about all that they're doing to him. A
lot of stuff's out, books, documentaries, a lot of shit is out. It's which is good because it's hard to get, and even with all that stuff, it's still hard to get past the algorithms and past the, you know what I mean? It's even in book form, Kevin Gostola, how the hell is he supposed to promote his book when any post with the word Assange in it is immediately shadow banned?
Right.
You know what I mean? It is just immediately knife in the back, done. You're done. And that's just the reality of it. I mean, some get through. I think it's more of people will see it and then retweet it, and then it just snowballs from there. But it's very difficult to get Assange tweets to get any kind of. So yeah, I mean, Kevin Gostola has a book out. Professor Nils Melzer, who is the former UN Special Rapporteur on Torture, he's the guy that did the psychological evaluations to determine whether or not Julian Assange was in fact a victim of torture himself, and I think 2 other doctors. And also Stefania Maruzzi's book. We talked about her earlier. She's an Italian journalist who's been in that FOIA battle. So Kevin Gostola, who has been covering the Assange case since the Chelsea Manning stuff, even before it was the Julian Assange case. And he does incredible work. And then you have the UN Special Rapporteur on Torture telling the story from that from that perspective. And then you have Stefania, who's been doing the stuff behind the scenes.
She worked on she worked on the Snowden leaks. She worked on Vault 7. She worked on all of it. She had access to every single one of those files. She's so fucking humble. You start reading about the stuff that she actually did and had access. And she's this little Tara Reid lookalike over wow, just powerhouse all over the place, and so humble.
She's so sweet and
unassuming.
Humble,
yes.
And then she's this just absolute badass. It's so it's so weird. She's unintentionally badass, I think. You know what I mean? I don't know. I love her. I love Stefania. She does not get enough credit, in my opinion.
Yep.
At all.
People were asking if you wanted to play a song, or if you just wanted to hang. That's
No, I'll do a song.
Whatever you
now,
want to do.
now the question is, which song?
Yeah, right.
See, you got to pick one. Like
I've been
I said.
sitting here. I'm not gonna lie. I've been sitting here this whole time, like he's gonna play a song, because Jesse was like, "I'll just let you pick," and I'm like, "Oh no!" I immediately panicked.
The pressure.
Oh no! So maybe we should let the chat decide. Like, just let the chat decide.
Well, Depop got 56% on the poll.
Yeah.
And that seemed to crush everything else in there.
How many options were in the poll though?
Four. It was Depop, Curse Medallion.
That is not representative.
Well, there were only 4 choices. Sunday 40 got decent amount too.
We talked about like 1,200 songs. So
well, look, my iTunes has 7,000 or 8,000 songs in it. So I get you. Like, you can't choose. Being able to choose one, I'm with you. But like, if that was the one that again, Militia Intent's great, and I also really like from Geiger Age. What's the first song off of Geiger Age?
so bad.
Shit.
You played it on the show. Poison in the Ground.
Let's take a walk.
Yes.
Provided radiation's low and the weather's
Stroll through
good.
the ruins.
A stroll through the ruins.
Yes.
Through the ruins. Yeah.
I fucking love that song. It's like so upbeat and so dystopian at the same time.
Yeah.
That's
pumped up kicks.
That's a killer one. But let's see. Who anybody else? Anybody saying anything in chat there's Cynic saying Stroll Through the Ruins. Of course, I knew Cynic would have it. I also wanted to mention for Trustfall, they just got another narrator, Susan Sarandon. And that's another thing that I don't think you've ever laid down on an album anywhere or put out on Bandcamp or anywhere. The only place I've seen it is either on Twitter or on INN's clip on INN YouTube.
That's true.
Which is How Could You, Susan?
Yeah. This year I am taking all those there's so many things that I just put out on Bandcamp and then never did anything with, or Twitter, like that song, Sailor's Delight, Yes You. There's a whole bunch of songs that need to get compiled somewhere. Airplane Mode has never been on anything but Bandcamp, so I need to throw those all on just one kind of
B-sides.
I don't know. Yeah, B-sides. I also have, I'm debating. I wanted to make like a Spotify playlist of what I consider to be some of my best pieces, and I either want to call it greatest hits, but with both of those words in quotation marks, like greatest and hits, or call it greatest hit pieces. I'm not decided yet.
I see the dilemma.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Depop if that's one out.
Let's go.
Let's do that.
Let's.
And I'm gonna, just to mix it up a little bit, I'm gonna use my grandfather's guitar for this one. Use the backwards guitar.
Natalie, it's Maurizi. Maurizi. That's her last name.
We don't need
If somebody want a link, I can send a link.
You go to my Substack also, although I don't know if I actually put a link to her thing. There's indiemediaawards.substack.com. She has a whole page with the link to her website and a link to her Twitter there also, for sure. Here.
I'm gonna drop it in the chat. I don't know if it'll work, but it's her Twitter page.
Yeah, you should work. That should work. That's the
Mastermind said, as soon as Jesse starts a Cameo account, I'm going to pay him to play Benny and the Jets, replacing the Bennies with Jesse's.
You know what's funny is my wife asked the other day, she was like, you should make a Cameo. I bet you people would make you do the most ridiculous shit.
Oh, have I told you that my daughter still calls you musical man bun man?
Yeah, I had to change my profile picture so people would stop calling me that too.
No, because when we first became friends, this was a while ago.
Yeah,
like,
when I came
years
over,
ago.
I was
Yeah,
bunning
you
it.
came over. We had a sleepover.
Yeah.
We had a sleepover at my house before we went to the which really was not a sleepover because my kid was being an asshole, but it happened.
It was in that we went to the gas station and I loaded up on just horrible gas station food.
Yeah, you did.
Because I hadn't eaten and then everything was closed.
Yeah.
And we stayed up late and we talked about politics. So I feel like that's.
I think you started to play a song and then my kid was like, "Nope, you're done."
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but that was like, but
memories.
My youngest. So I mean, I don't know. She's 13 now, so she was like, "What? We've been friends for a while, right? Am I just imagining that?"
Yeah, no,
it's been years. So COVID time doesn't make sense to me. So
I know.
I'm always like, is it really that?
Yeah, no,
like,
it's been. I mean, it was late 2020. So yeah.
Okay, so she's 13 now, so she would have been like 9 or 10 when we were first started. And she has nicknames for pretty much everybody.
That's awesome.
And so you were musical man bun man. But she also used to like make fun of me because every guy that I was friends with, everybody that was on my streams and stuff, had beards. Like literally all the people. She was like, she's just weird and observant like that.
Misty only knows mountain men. With the beards. Jesse Zerwell had a pretty gnarly facial lettuce too.
Yeah, everybody did.
Yeah,
well, does really. Most people we talked to.
Pasta's got the goatee like me.
Yeah,
I rock the pasta pasta goat.
Connor,
I rock the pasta goat is something I never thought I would hear you say before. But it's like the worst kind of code phrase. Hey, I
need that on a shirt.
Right.
You might want to watch out for that guy. I hear he rocks the pasta goat, if you know what I mean.
Oh man, okay.
Oh, we have fun here.
Okay, I'm writing that down.
Please do. I'm high and I'll forget it. I'll write it down too, just in case.
Okay, we will make a T-shirt happen, and I don't know what it's going to end up looking like.
I will buy one. I'm not joking.
We'll use AI to tell AI.
God damn it! No.
Yes, DSAI. Come on, man. It's DSAI.
Oh God. Okay, fair. Okay. Shit.
Oh, I can't wait to have this shirt. Like
I rock the pasta goat.
Several.
I rock the pasta goat, and it's gonna have to have something with a goatee on it. Maybe it's a pumpkin, or it's literally like a piece of rigatoni with a goatee on it, or something. Like we'll work it out. Oh, there's Sean Miller with the pasta and the goat in the freaking the chat. That's great.
Love it.
Amen, dude. Man. That's great. Love you, Pasta. You're missing this.
This brings me great joy. Yeah, I love you, Pasta.
Pasta, you're missing this, and you shouldn't be.
Okay, for some reason I am picturing a large rock with a goatee and rigatoni penne eyes, nose, mouth.
You can also do like the kids thing where you glue
exactly macaroni art on a rock with a goatee.
Yeah,
I'm down with that.
Rock the pasta.
I'm down with that.
That's it.
I'll have my kids make that. We'll do it in Canva.
Oh man.
Oh, this brings me a great deal of joy.
I forget too that when we're on streams, we're on streams together, I forgot we are just a T-shirt generating machine. We just crank.
That's because I'm obsessed with shirts, and so I think honestly, my brain is constantly in T-shirt slogan mode. And so I'm everything sounds like I'm a T-shirt slogan.
Shout out
that on a shirt.
Shout out to Steve Poikonen, because I was on Slow News Day the other week, and we started coming up with campaign slogans for RFK Jr. And they were like, RFK Jr. 2024, must you? Very exasperated campaign slogans. It was so good. We're really doing this again? RFK 24.
Seriously, there's not enough fuck yous for that guy.
Yeah, no shit.
There's just not enough fuck yous for that guy.
Oh God!
Stop showing me your nipples, booby. Seriously, I'm sick of it. I am sick of seeing that guy's raw bare chest. Like, dude, he's trying to get those thirsty Fox News women. Like, God, we get it.
Yeah.
We get it. He's Jack, and now it's like hang out with Booby and a falcon. Why? Why am I hanging out with him and a falcon?
That is the most elite hobby, like elitist hobby I've ever.
Falconry.
Some of my closest friends are predators, including this falcon.
He's a real man of the people out there doing his falconry. Who the fuck does falconry? Jim Bob down the street who works in the garage does not do falconry. Probably never even heard of falconry. Has no idea that it's even an option.
Lori Spencer spent like 4 days making fake accounts to just stuff the ballot box full of votes for herself.
Yes.
I'm gonna win that falconry day if it fucking kills me.
She learned falconry.
Yo, this guy's such an epic level douche canoe. I just can't even.
So speaking of shirts, I just got to show you one of the things I did with my kids is I have them start designing their own like logos and merch stuff to keep them busy. So my kids designed like their own little logos. You know, so
I love that.
You can go get that at my shop too. And they each designed a fanny pack. And for Christopher Hanukkah, I bought them each one of their own designed fanny pack. I let them buy one item for their merch store, and they all picked the fanny pack. But like, of course, Ava picked. She wanted the back. The backpack's $60. Are you kidding? $60 for a backpack? Get out of here!
Seriously, that better be a fucking hardcore backpack.
Like, dude, come on. Now, I bought this shirt, and it came in, and the logo was like not centered right, so I have to send it back.
Yeah.
But
who do you guys use again?
I use Teespring.
Teespring, okay.
Teespring,
yeah,
which
some
is
of
now
them
just Spring. Yeah, some of them suck. I like Custom Ink. Custom Ink actually has some really nice shirts. So this is the Independent Left shop. You can get to this by going to linktr.ee/indleft. It's down at the bottom. And we got Indie Media Award merch. I am literally wearing this beanie as we speak. I don't take it off. I wear it all the time. I love it. It's so freaking comfortable. Oh, you have a Bongfather shirt. You're like the only one. You're the only one with a Bongfather shirt, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was like the first person to buy one. I was the only like right after you.
I was so honored. No, I think you bought it before me. We even have a couple of How Did We Miss That shirts from Thanks to Crab.
I have to be very careful around shirts.
Kids wear. My son designed a few things, and he was wearing this hooded towel, and he's looking down and he's crying, and he didn't want me to take his picture. So I took his picture with him with the hooded towel, and now that's up, and we'll get
that's
sued.
That's what he chose?
We're going to get sued by Disney for it. He wanted to make it on a dog tag. What do you need from a dog tag, dude? You're 6. What are you doing? Yeah. Dog tags. Okay. All right. Nice. What is this, Pulp Fiction? I have a hockey team. I don't have a hockey team. I do not have a hockey team. I have 3.
Sorry.
All right.
Okay, where are we? Depop culture backwards.
We're getting Depop. Upside down, backwards. Let's do
Depop culture backwards would be Era Look Poped. Practiced up on my Twin Peaks voice for that one. Fun fact, if you really want to drive your cats nuts, play a backwards clip of someone talking. Turns out cats have this inherent fear, like, oh, that's a demon. They like immediately are like, get that the fuck away from me. Like the same way they react to the sound of like an eagle screeching, they'll get low to the ground. They're like, oh shit, demons are here. It shouldn't be so funny, but it's very funny.
Wait, Misty, are you muted? I don't hear you all of a sudden.
I did mute, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Go. Depop, I'll mute.
All right, Depop.
guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days. Still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make. God, it's so hard to say. And when they told you everything was safe, you safe. You safe. I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to save. And when they told you everything was safe, you were safe. You were safe. Fresh off the masses, the brand new cancerous growth who has come here to vie for your vote. Come here to cry at the camps and to mourn at the shore for the bodies that float. Then it's back to their luxury home, couple security booths and a moat. Couple cigars, little escargot, little booze and a soak. They just breathe in the steam and the smoke. They got pink salt, lavender, candles are low. Shit, when you do what you do, got a light in the low. And he got a life of his own. It's a sight to behold. Cause it's a lot to control, to decipher the code or to siphon the soul. See, the cost of a good night's sleep for the working elite is a bargain, no matter the toll. Worth any wager, and that comes straight from the mouth of the means to the goal that will swallow us whole. That's ripe for the picking if you don't mind mold, and you know I don't. Maybe we're pleasantly prone, maybe we're taking a licking, compliantly ticking and ticking and ticking, but never explode. See, I don't deliver the prettiest image, but damn if it isn't an accurate vision of a natural fission of rage at the system and abject heartbreak, patiently waiting for any who will listen. See, that little blue bird who is watching your words is a federal carrier pigeon. That's a Langley first. It's a patient observer who hears what it wants and is trained for the worst. So, you got nothing to hide? Well, they'll be the ones to decide that after they root through your purse, after they read all your texts, after they raid your apartment and confiscate all of its contents. Conjure up evidence out of a Pierre on a wing on a prayer and malicious intelligence nonsense. Any presumption of innocence long since gone, right along with your comforts and constants. See, historically, first they will come for the communists. So why in the fuck would I say I'm a communist? Well, it might be I love my community more than the monsters of opulence who are holding us hostage, who are vomiting promises. Might be I'm all done seeing our pensions and benefits harvested. Might be I'm all done watching the populace being disarmed in the guise of an armistice. Watching a woman collapse on the floor who will rise no more. She gets wheeled out the door and you're next in line for the pharmacist. Shit, if you can get me to vote, it's a hard no confidence. But part of the charm of deception is politics wearing the mask of incompetence. See, it's all in the art of austerity, darling. It's all in the art of improvidence. Till home is as wide as your cubicle height and it's only as deep as your coffin is. Maybe I'm miles away from impatience, aching to break off the head of the snake where the capital lust, reptile brain, and the margin of profit is. Like, off with his. Guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to save. And when they told you everything was safe, were you safe?
That's a good choice, chat.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well done.
Jesse Jett. Hip-hop culture.
Not without its hiccups. If anyone noticed, I missed a line in the very beginning because
Yes.
I was
I
still
did.
trying to figure out, like, what fucking, how do I do these chords backwards?
It messed you up a little
We
bit.
got it.
Yeah, you got a little
A little
flustered.
bit.
I was like, who caught it? Who caught it? That's all good.
Right.
That was good.
Remix.
Yeah, right.
Remix.
That was good.
It's
I almost
all
jumped
right.
in to sing with you because it was all messed up anyway, but I didn't do it. We've been talking about doing that.
Just
one
help
of
me
these
cover.
days.
Right.
One of these days.
That's funny.
And then you missed a word at the end there too, but I caught that, and no one else probably caught that. But
Oh yeah, no, I'm
It's all
painfully
good.
aware of it as it's happening.
I
It
know,
happens in slow
I know.
motion
You
for me.
know,
It's like,
you know
Mhm.
every single like word and every micro. Ridiculous. This guy.
This guy.
So
This fucking guy.
all right. You know what? I have not once put up the donate links or like the thank you links, and I definitely I made this new donors thing, this new thank you, and actually I have to update that with an updated thing because we did get a second Substack member, the Ohio Barbarian. Thank you, really appreciate that. So
Ohio.
So that's
What's up?
yes, he's the Ohio, but he's over on Substack. He's been sharing a lot of your stuff too. He's good dude. He's a Marxist.
My stuff?
Yes, well, all of our stuff, you know, retweeting and restacking. And then that is our the ways that you can share and support INN. We've got Patreon. I know Fred was talking about how Patreon demonetized T-Lav and they demonetized Whitney left there.
Oh.
I know. But you know what?
So
Anywhere we
annoying.
can get money until they demonetize you, I've got to go get money. Like Substack is great. Sign up
I
at
know. That's
Substack.
what I'm saying with Ryan. Ryan gets fucked with so hard.
Oh, so bad, and I don't get it.
So
Like
hard.
he's
I
really
do.
good. I mean,
I get it.
yes,
I get why
but-
they're after him.
but like,
But it is
in the
weird that
grand
it's like
scheme,
he
nobody's
gets
seeing
it
him.
so much.
yep. But like, he doesn't get nearly the view counts of anybody else. But like, they go after him.
Yeah.
I think it's because everyone
It's
watches
weird.
him to make their shows. Too many people. Cash App.
Fair.
Cash App is the easiest way. $ Indie News Network. That puts money right in my bank account now with no fees to anybody. That's the easiest way to do it. Rockfin takes fees. Everybody else takes fees, whether it's PayPal or Rumble. I think Rumble is actually they've been passing along the money lately too, and not taking their 30%. But at some point, that's going to stop.
Do they
But-
pay in like crypto? Or
No, they
what do
pay in real
do?
dollars. They'll pay right to your
Okay.
PayPal. They'll pay in real dollars.
All right.
So yeah, we were actually members of the Small Creator Program, INN, in November, and we earned $500 from Rumble for streaming 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. And they're doing
Nice.
that again. They're opening it up to 100 creators. This is their second round, and if you commit and you actually, you have to submit your thing and you have to share it on social. Not only that, but now they've added to it the 2 hours cannot be co-streamed anywhere else. So it's exclusive to
it's gonna be
Rumble. Now the thing is I was running these live stream loops on Rumble every day that are older clips of, and I don't know if that's going to count. I'm going to try it and submit it and see if they'll go for that. But that's an
wait, how
original
many days
video.
did you say? 2 hours a day for how long?
5 days a week for a month.
5 days a week for a month?
For a month,
Ooh.
and they'll give you $500. It's minimum wage. It's
Ooh.
literally like $15 an hour. If you look at it, you divide the hours by whatever. It's if you have, and now it's the thing is you have to have 1,000 YouTube subs to qualify. Anyone with 1,000 YouTube subs, first 100 that apply, they'll be able to qualify. It's not easy. It's if you've got a show that runs 5 days a week, it's one thing, but I had to program restream to then make these loops and send it exclusively to Rumble, and then make the thing in Rumble and go back. It's not 2 seconds to do, but it's worth it if you can get paid for it. So chasing scraps here, but that's little kind of behind the scenes stuff. You have got TNT Radio, and do you have any other appearances this week besides TNT?
You mean ones I've already done or ones coming up?
No, coming up. I know you did Simpcast.
Coming up. I'm gonna be on with Rachel at some point. on Backstory. Just trying to nail down a time to pre-record because she's live about the same time I am, so it's hard sometimes for us to schedule. So usually I have to do a pre-record with her, but we're trying to get something worked out probably tomorrow or the next day. Sometime this week I'll probably be on there, but I don't think I have anything else scheduled anyway that I know of.
And then Jesse, I know you're working on a couple of things. You were just on Hard Lens on Friday, and then Shanda in the trailer park on Sunday night. If everybody missed that, go back.
That was so much fun. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I love Shanda. She's coming on my show Friday. She's great energy.
Nice. Yeah, that was a really good time. That's the only thing I have pinned down right now, but I'm trying to book up some other stuff. I'm like really committed to actually promoting this record. Like I made a lyric video, like I'm treating this like serious music, and I'm gonna promote for a while before I write and record anything new, just for a little bit. So I'm really trying to stick to that. So
and everybody share the shit out of it everywhere, and
you should come back on and do like a couple more songs.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I'm always down for that.
Don't pester him. Don't pester Jimmy Dore too much. Well, pester him quite a little bit, but
I can. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we want to get Jimmy listening to this for sure. I think he'd really dig Dust of Better Days. I'm sure he heard the Lahaina piece with Pasta being out there. He couldn't probably help but hear it in October, November, which was great. And yeah, we'd love to get that going. And there are a couple other things hopefully in the works for Jesse.
Jesse, what song would you say would it be Dust of Better Days? Is that like, that's the thing?
I feel like in terms of something good and approachable for, the most simplified version of the message, and a good kind of we're fucked song. I feel like that's See, this
is why I like your music. It's we're fucked music. That's what it is. Music to be fucked by.
not that
which is an alternate title for War Crime Jams to pork to.
That's what I was riffing on.
Nice. Love it.
Oh, I love it. Which I still have the cover that my friend Sophie, who made the cover for War Crime Jams to pork to, she was like, if you ever want to do a follow-up, and she sent me cover art for War Crime Jams 2 Too Furious to Pork. So now I have to do that someday.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But oh man, I knew this was going to be a blast, but it was so much fun. Like,
my cheeks hurt a little bit.
This is not the last time you're going to be on this show. American tradition is too good of a pun to
I'm just old. I'm old, you guys. 10 o'clock is so. I'm old. Listen, I used to be cool. I used to go to raves and get really fucked up and party with bands and all of that stuff. I did all of those things. And now I'm like, it's like 9:30, and I'm like, okay, it's bedtime. I am old and I'm tired.
I could probably get to 9:30. I could probably do 9:30, for those nights and jump in a little early. I don't know much earlier because the kids are getting older and they stay up later, and it's like, oh my god.
Listen, I can do it. It's hard for me to get. I can stay up for Simcast on Sunday nights, and that's usually like this past Sunday was 12:30 a.m. I'm like, y'all. And I always tell her, listen, I gotta go. I'm old and I'm tired. Like this, it's hard for me to be up. And then I have to get up. Like I have to be up. But listen to me, bitching. I'm such a boomer.
You're saying 42 is the new 29, Misty. There you
go. Somebody said there's some Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy thing or some shit like that. That 42 is supposed to be like a magic number. I don't know. But
yes, the answer to everything is 42. That's supposedly, I don't know.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it should be a good year, y'all. I'm just old and tired.
Right.
It's going to be a good year as I'm old and tired.
But so not as Jesse,
spicy.
As Jesse does appearances, as Misty does appearances, same thing with me. They'll all be in the indie media, in the Indie News Network Substack. Every Friday night, I kind of gather what everybody's been up to. Chris Legion did a live stream today. That'll be in there. We've actually had a bunch of people all over the place this week, so there'll be a bunch of appearances, which I love kind of tracking all that, and nobody can find all that in one place, and there's always something that you need. Oh shit, she was on that show. I didn't even Misty was on RBN last Monday. Come on. Yes, that is.
That was so fun.
That was fun.
Oh,
That was great.
There's Hardlands in the house.
Listen, Nick asked me to do that, and then the day of, he was like, "Hey, Nico's coming too," and I'm like, "Yeah, this is gonna be so much
obligatory pants check for Kit." Just so everyone can see.
That's funny.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you're catching us just at the end here, kid. But yeah, we gave love to Hardlands and everybody else, and appreciate all the support you've given all of us. And
for real,
we'll have to get you back on with Misty soon. I know you said that you've been working on some stuff in the afternoons, but one of these days we'll get you back on whenever you're ready.
Guys, if you're my friend and you're an activist and or a journalist and or a content creator and you want to come on my show, just hit me up. Don't be shy. Like, I hate booking. It's like my least favorite thing in the whole wide world to do. So if people are just like, "Hey, I'm going to come on your show February, whatever, 13th. Okay, excellent. I'll add you to the calendar." You know what I mean?
I made one.
Like, that makes
she has one.
Even if she doesn't know you and you're just a poet and you have a piece about Julian that you want her to hear, if you badger her enough, she will listen. She will read your message.
And if I like it,
and then you'll be friends for years. It's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing.
And you'll end up on American Tradition. See?
That's a pretty Jesse Jett specific origin story. It's a pretty seriously, I don't click on links. People send me stuff like that all the time. And I just don't click on links unless I like know you, and I just don't have enough time to listen to everything, and then I go down rabbit holes, and it's awful.
Yeah.
So I'm terrible about that. I should click on links more, but I don't.
In the description here on all the stuff is the podcast for American Tradition. We do have a podcast. We're way behind, and I think I actually have to upload some more episodes. But if you want to listen to it, you want to load it on your podcast player, Spotify, whatever, you can always do that as well. But yeah, drop this guy a couple bucks on Bandcamp, please. Definitely deserves it.
I'm saving up for a new guitar that isn't like that.
Love it.
Because this one, God knows, it's splintered to shit. Plug-in is not reliable. It's been a workhorse for a lot of years, but it's time to upgrade. So
Mad Mom is saying,
Mad Mom, how on earth would I have you blocked?
Way.
I would never have you blocked. Never, ever. No way. Lies. Absolute lies. And I think it's because somebody said I don't respond to anything. Y'all, I'm not joking. And this is, I probably should be more upfront about this. It's very rare that I go and scroll back through all my notifications. It's just too much. So there's a lot of time, like it's not, that sounds really like arrogant. Oh my God, I get so many notifications. That's not what I mean. Like, it's just right now it's a lot of information, and I just don't have the bandwidth for Twitter. Do you know what I mean? Like all of the notifications and replying and all. I just don't have that right now. I just do not have it for a while. Like, it's been like I log onto Twitter. I check news stuff. I read articles. I bitch about things that piss me off, but it's very rare that I check. Like DMs, I'm really bad. You guys know, I'm really bad at DMs. I'm really bad at all of that stuff. And I will, I'm not a snob. Like well, Gold Monarch said, I will at least respond to anyone. I will, if I see it and like, I don't give a fuck. In fact,
it may take a little bit, but she'll get to it.
I don't check like how many followers you have before I reply to you. I've literally never done that. I know people that do that. I like, if I see something that I want to respond to, I just respond to it. I don't go like checking to see. I don't give a fuck. Not a flying fuck.
Yeah, she'll respond to somebody with 3 followers that set up his account yesterday. She does that all the time. Like, Misty.
I do that all the time.
Misty,
people are like, why are you responding
that?
Because I didn't look. I didn't look.
She does that a lot.
I just respond to whatever. Like, honestly, there are times that like Twitter's just like a vent session. Like, I just get on there and I get a lot of trolls. So it's fun to just hone my snark skills and kick some douchebags around every once in a while.
Snark.
You know what I mean? I just have the dumbest trolls. It's very rare that I get that engaged with it, but sometimes it's just funny.
Yeah,
it's just funny.
Tara's been getting hit this week because of the whole E. Jean Carroll thing. Unfortunately, other than the fact that like Tara's case is legitimate and she's got receipts, nothing's changed, and You know, what's the difference? So maybe she should get $83 million. Is that what I'm hearing from all of this? Like, that's how I interpreted all of it.
I'm sure she would just take an investigation. Can we just get that?
Something.
Like, can we just get that? Can she just get that?
Right.
Not
they don't even acknowledge her.
Not until he's gone, basically, like gone. And then they'll let it all out. They don't care. At that point, they won't care. Yeah, he was a piece of shit. Yeah, they knew. Everybody knew. But they protected him because he was their guy and he was in the office, and you protect the office.
And the alternative was bad. The alternative was Trump. Dun,
yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Again, Trump would be doing the same shit with Gaza too. Like, don't
get me started.
He'd have been any different. He'd have been no different.
Trump supporters, can you please stop? Jeez Louise, y'all. Stop with the hero worship. Dude, some turd, I'm not going to call him out by name. Frankly, I don't remember their name, was comparing him to Julian Assange. And I'm just like, and then when you present them with the reality of the situation, which is that Julian Assange was arrested under Donald J. Trump. He was spied on under Donald J. Trump. Plots to assassinate him were developed under Donald J. Trump. And then he forgot or failed to pardon him when he had the opportunity. So I'm sorry, what? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just so ridiculous. And they really do believe that he's an outsider. They really do.
Yep.
And that he gives a fuck about anything that they care. He does not give a single solitary fuck about you. Not a single one of you.
Not.
Oh,
but that
no.
Honestly, I think part of me, like, does he really want, there's part of, like, he's been chilling out in Mar-a-Lago for 4 years and not having to work. Like, does he really want to work that hard again? Like, he could just lob shit for the sidelines. It's kind of like reminds me of, like, he never intended to win against Hillary, and he was going to set up a network with Roger Ailes and Rupert Murdoch. Like, that was the plan, and he won, and that screwed up his whole plan. And like, I think that he was going to use this to kind of launch a network and launch a social media, Truth Social, and like he didn't really want to actually have to work and run the country and like be responsible for decisions. No, of course I know that. Yeah. No, Reince Priebus was, and no, John Kelly was running it for a while, and then you had Pompeo was running the fucking country for a while.
Oh my God, Mike Pompeo.
Yeah, Mike Pompeo.
Fucking freak.
Yeah, and he wants to be president. It's scary.
He sure does.
You know,
watch out, 2028, he's coming.
Oh yeah.
Guaranteed. Well, I guess I shouldn't say guaranteed because a lot can happen in that time. But he desperately wants to be president. But listen, I will do, as long as I am on planet Earth, I will be so loud. Kind of like I am with Kennedy now and Biden and Trump and all of them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll just do what I always do because I hate politicians. But Mike Pompeo is particularly awful.
Oh yeah.
And electoral politics ain't it. Can we please stop it? God damn it. It's so
stop putting your hope in candidates.
You're gonna go vote your way out of this? Really? Really? Does anybody genuinely believe that? Do you really think if you go vote for Jill Stein that it's gonna magically? That's not how this works. You can't go vote for Marianne Williamson or what's the other guy, Dean something or other. I don't even know his fucking last name. Or Robert Kennedy Jr. We cannot vote our way out of this. We cannot. The system is completely corrupted. Voting new people into it does nothing. It does. Oh, I'm sorry. It's so frustrating. How many times?
Like you vote a president, he's still going to have Congress to deal with. Congress isn't changing.
Fuck Congress. He's got owners to deal with. He's got people that are actually making decisions. He's not. You vote for nothing. You vote for a figurehead. You vote for an actor. You vote for some sort of a representative figure. You vote for nothing. Nothing. Your vote means nothing. Nope. Nothing. You vote for nothing. Even the people you vote for, they have lobbyists who they have to bend their will to. They're owned by corporations. Like the idea that I'm sorry. Stop it. You gotta get over it. Oh,
it's like literally like thinking that you're changing the baseball game because you went to the Yankee game today. Like,
but you wore the right
Mhm.
jersey.
You-
I wore
you-
the right jersey. We're gonna win. It's my good luck jersey. No,
Well,
it's not how this works.
there's plenty of sports fans that do really feel that way. Wrestling, yeah,
Yeah.
zombie in the arrow. Yeah, well, Vince McMahon's finding out how real that is this week, isn't he? You know, I just saw a
Woof.
picture like 2 days ago. It was Vince McMahon, his son-in-law, Triple H, and The Rock were all together for like the first time in years in the same place. They all went to the stock exchange to ring the bell. 2 days later, Vince resigned. Like, it's the first time a McMahon has not been involved in the World Wrestling Federation, like in my lifetime. It's a pretty crazy thing.
I think
how
it's
that'll
probably
work.
going to be the fall of it all. Honestly, I don't know that it can survive. It's been kind of. I mean, listen, I don't follow wrestling. Let's be real. I don't fucking know, but like I used to when I was a kid. Like when I was like 10 or 11 or 12. Like I used to love the Undertaker. We went to a live thing. I was terrified of Kane. Oh my god, I was terrified.
Oh yeah, sure.
Like we went to a wrestling match and Kane was there and my brother was like talking shit and I'm like, will you shut the fuck up? Stop antagonizing the giant man in the red and black suit. Can you just not do
with
that?
the mask on his face? Yeah, he's a little
Yeah.
frightening.
Yeah.
Actually, Kit
That's
Kit is going to be doing a new show in a couple of weeks. Mastermind Hour, Mr. Perfect is Perfect on here. And it's Miss Witchy is Perfect over on Rumble. She's been starting a wrestling show, and Angel's going to join, and Kit's going to join, and they're going to talk about wrestling. Apparently, like, good for you guys. That's great.
If that's your thing, go for it. And Golden Monarch, I really don't want wrestling education. That's not what I meant. No, it's like do your thing if that's your thing.
Miss
I
Witchy
have no
Perfect, that's
desire to
right.
watch wrestling. Yeah, I'm good.
No, I was
doing those
into it when I
Rumble
was-
numbers.
I've had these kind
Rumbers.
of ebbs and flows. Rumbers. Oh my god. Rumble numbers. See, now what's funny is with TKO, that's the company that owns the UFC. They have a deal with Rumble. So my guess is you're going to start to see more WWE stuff pushed on Rumble as a platform too.
Maybe.
So that
Yeah.
kind of makes
Yeah,
sense and fits into that wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's, and Kid also told me I'm letting the cat out of the bag a little bit. There's a new Locals he's going to be doing some stuff with Locals and creating a Locals account for Hardlands. So they're growing, they're expanding, they're moving to different places to serve the fans better. And I appreciate him continuing to push that envelope and trying different stuff because he's by himself, man. He basically just he's doing it. He's got Phase to help him with editing, but good on Kit, man.
Good for you for doing it. I don't.
We're here
I
to
just
help.
can't.
We're here to help. Like I said, we're here. All right.
Yeah, you helped me tremendously.
Yes.
Again, there's Indy asked our opinion. Am I allowed to say this out loud, Indy?
Go ahead.
About the thing you were going to write. So Indy was going to write a thing. He wanted like a little brief like blurb about what he does, like what so that he could put that at like the bottom of all the Substacks and stuff. And he's like, does anybody have any opinion on something I should include? And I said, the glue that holds Misty Winston's life together. Did you include that in there? I haven't seen the finished one. Did you?
No, I
should be
literally
included.
just make a schedule for you and publish a Substack.
I know, but you have no idea how much that helps me.
Right.
Like you have no idea how much that helps me. I hate doing all of that stuff, making the little schedule, filling it out, but booking people especially. Oh my God, I hate it so much. I have like unbelievable imposter syndrome. I have no idea when anybody would ever want to talk to me. And so asking like, obviously my friends, easy. I can like Kyle Anzone. I literally just like, hey, are you free Thursday? And he's like, yep. And that we're scheduled. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, but like, if it's somebody new or somebody that I've not really talked to, I get like, I'm like, they're not going to want to talk to me. And it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So I hate booking. So when he helps me with booking and Substack, I tried running it by myself. It was kind of a disaster.
No, it was fine. You were fine.
It was fine.
It was fine.
But it was just annoying. I don't like doing it. I'm terrible to all that stuff. It gives me like anxiety because I always fuck it up. So yeah.
Yeah,
You might think that it's not like it's just a schedule. It's just a Substack.
Well,
I love it.
I've also
Thank you
been
for
doing
doing
this
it.
like every day for 3.5 years. So to me, it's like, oh, it's just a thing. And I know that to most people, it's like, oh my God. but to me, I don't know. I just throw a couple things on a thing, and it's like making a Word document and hit publish. But this is what I came up with. My paragraph was somebody said that at the beginning of every email or every one of these newsletters, you should introduce yourself because of the people who haven't read it. I'm like, up front, that's kind of meh, but I'll put it at the bottom. So I asked people to kind of help me out with a summary, then I wrote it up. But I champion corporate-free independent media, which challenges the narratives that cable and broadcast media push on behalf of advertisers. A news aggregator, multi-platform content publisher and distributor, live stream, podcast producer and host, self-taught video editor and freelance graphic designer, although I know Crab would laugh at that part. Co-founder of Indie News Network and Indie Media Awards, and fiercely independent politically, anti-duopoly or corporate uniparty. Thank you, Whitney. And then tirelessly fighting to free Julian Assange. I figured that was a good... So
and also glue that holds Misty Winston's life together.
Yes, and publisher of, yes, the glue of Misty's Substack. So yeah, go subscribe to all the Substacks and onto Notes. I really like the community that's being built on their social media platform, Notes. It seems to be a lot less trolly and a lot less, hey, you're an asshole, and people tend to kind of have a conversation, be more thoughtful, like old Twitter used to be. So I've been enjoying it, and again, the more that Twitter breaks for me, and unless I DM stuff to people, they don't see my tweet. It doesn't show up. Mm-hmm. So I pester everybody.
Yeah, I don't see. Well, not most. I would say I miss a lot of your, like, if you don't just automatically show up in my feed. Jesse, I never see your tweets. Very rarely. Yeah. But it's like I never see Feast tweets. I never see it depends. Like there will be like spurts where suddenly I'll see somebody that I haven't for a while, but then it goes away again. It is very weird, but like I see more like people I know. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Than I do people I actually know. Like the people I follow, I don't see them. I see people that they follow for some reason. Like I'm seeing some weird tweets about I don't know, The Bachelor, I think it was, or one of those, like, and I look at it and I'm like, why is this in my feed of all things? And it's just somebody I follow follows. And I'm like, why am I seeing this? But I don't see the people I follow.
The one who I get a lot of that is Jack Prosobiec. For some reason, I see a lot of Poso.
I don't
Jack
get him
Poso. Like, dude, I've never interacted with this guy. Like,
who do I get? I don't get him. Who do I get?
I get him a lot.
But Benny Johnson guy, I get him a lot.
Yeah, we get him a lot.
I get Kennedy all the fucking time.
I blocked him.
Robert
I
Kennedy
literally
Jr.?
I blocked Booby because he triggers me. Every time I see
Not
that,
just
I get
him,
triggered.
but I mean, there's so much
All
Kennedy content in my feed. It's not just him. It's like pushed into my feed all the time, constantly. And to be fair, I realize that there is some significance to what you interact with. You will see more of. And I do go after Robert Kennedy Jr. a lot.
Yes,
so it's fair that I do. I 100% do. No question. I cannot stand that guy. The lies. And he's just disgusting. It's so weird to me that
HPV Jr. Jesus Christ, that's really funny. Nice.
I mean, my guy. And somebody just showed me a little flyer that they had of him where I think it said Robert Kennedy Jr. something, peace and diplomacy.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. What? The idea that he's still trying to pretend that he is a peace candidate. And then the other day he tweeted something about money being wasted in Ukraine. It's just fueling the military industrial complex. Like, just shut the fuck up. You support a genocide unconditionally, by the way. He said Israel will have my unconditional support as president. You unconditionally. So go fuck yourself. Just shut the fuck up. You don't get to talk about peace. You do not. Do not. You do not. You do not. Oh. If you're going to suck, just be open about it. You know, like just be like Lindsey Graham. Just be openly psychopathic. Just do it. Lay it all out there. Just put it all out there.
Yeah. With show tunes, Lindsey Graham. He's psychopathic with show tunes. Yeah. Props to Whitney for exposing Booby and the Epstein connection. Yep. Early on. Well, that's just yet another thing. And then the whole his whole Mary Kennedy, his wife whole thing, like there's so much shadiness there. It's not even
Yes.
Oh, hi, Stu. Hi.
Oh, there we go.
Just one issue. It's just one issue, guys.
Okay. All right. Well, we're holding Misty hostage here, so it's
I'm
late.
fine. I
You're
don't have to
fine?
get up early tomorrow. Yeah, I don't have to get up early tomorrow.
I do.
Normally you kick your own ass in the morning, so.
Right.
Well, I am going to go kick my own ass in the morning, although it is a deload week. And actually, this time it's a real deload week at the gym. It's not the programming we follow. They'll say it's a deload week. It's not a fucking deload week. That's not what. But this week is actually like a chill week. It's not that hard. I'm pretty excited about it. It's good fun.
Okay. No.
I like hard days in the gym, but no PRs this week. There will be no PRs this week.
Okay. Well, this was awesome, and this was long overdue, and we'll have to do this again sometime soon.
Yeah, there will be another American Trebitchen.
For sure. Yeah. All right, everyone. Yeah, my new thing is I stopped saying that, well, because it's kind of like Ryan's thing to question everyone's motivation. So I just say support independent media. We need it more than ever. Like that's my sign off now.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
I like it. True story.
Yeah.
True story.
True story. What about you, Mr. Jesse? What do you got to say to everyone still out there?
Not much. Drink water. Check on your neighbors. Don't do drugs unless you're just bored.
Tune into TNT Radio every day at 5:00, 5 days a week.
Tomorrow's Sabby.
Sabby.
Oh, nice.
That's right.
Yeah,
Sabby
and then
Sabs.
who's Thursday?
Dave D'Amato.
Oh yeah, David D'Amato, and then Friday is Shanda. I like that. It's a good 3 days
week.
in a row. I like it.
Good 3 days.
A lot.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much, really, to the 40 people who are still here. I love you all.
Chat, you guys are the best.
Yes. Chat, I love you. I miss you because TNT has a chat, but it's I don't know. It's hard for me to. But I miss you guys.
Oh, as I sent
to YouTube.
As I sent "Love You, fam" into chat, my phone died.
Oh no!
Which my phone is never off. My phone just is like as it's getting ready to die, I put it back on the charger. It has not gotten to sleep for months. This is the most. It's like finally getting rest, and now I'm gonna go to turn it on, and it's not gonna fucking come back on again.
It's gonna be like fuck you,
right? All right. Well, that's
everyone.
my cue.
On that note,
thanks, guys. Love you.
Y'all are the best. Love you guys.
Bye.
Be safe.
Who are these people?
Indie News Network, collaborative family of independent content creators. It's co-hosted normally by me, Indy. I'm founder and editor of Indie Left News and Indie Media Today. I got Reef Breland sitting next to me.
At Kennedy News.
Is Andrew Rivera on The Handsome Cynic?
It's Politics and Survival.
My name is Jesse Jett.
It's American Tradition.
What's up, Space Monkeys? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden.
I mostly make art for INN.
Big Man Crab Joe. Keep up those great videos.
Hey guys, it's Yeti coming at you.
Hello, my name is Lucy from Blue Moon Red Wine.
This is Chris Legion.
Keep fighting that good fight out there, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Who are these people?